Hey Planter friends, welcome if you're new. My name is David and today I'm gonna give you guys a complete houseplant tour of my entire collection. I don't know how many plants I have. I probably have like 100 houseplants. I have some in the plant room, I have some in the kitchen, dining room, living room, and even in the balcony. So I'm super duper hyped to share y'all everything. It's been a hot minute since I've given you guys a complete houseplant tour, but it is time since June is about to end and I feel like it's great to do a June houseplant tour. And I know I think we're already in summer. I think summer ends on June 20. Not quite sure, gonna have to double check about that. But if we are in summer, happy summer y'all. So yeah, I just get straight into the plant tour, houseplant tour of my apartment. I do live in an apartment setting. I do have south-facing windows and I have a lot of grow lights. I do not get a lot of natural light coming in at my south-facing windows because we have like roofs that cover the windows, so that's something to consider. But also the balcony is south-facing and it does get a lot of bright and direct light, which is why you're gonna see a lot of trees in there and like very tropical plants that require a lot of light doing really good in the balcony. So yeah, let's just start. I guess we can start in the kitchen. Alrighty, so the trash can is full, y'all. It's a busy house and this is going to be a very realistic houseplant tour. There are some things that are not perfect that I gotta go ahead and fix or handle, but just keeping that mindset all the time. I'm never gonna do a houseplant tour because there's always something to do. So I just want to apologize in advance if you see any mealybugs or a grow light not being stuck to where it's supposed to be in or placed where it's supposed to be in. So yes, over here we have my orchid. A lot of my orchids have been gifts, and some of them, like the one in the very corner, is a plant that I got for clearance, and I just decided to save it, and it's finally starting to give me some new shoots, as you can see right there, that one and the one in the back. So that's really fun. This orchid, I got it at a local nursery called Rainbow Gardens, and it is blooming. I think it's about to be almost a year. I think it's already been a year having that beautiful orchid. And then this other orchid, it has been with me for like, I don't even know, probably like 5 years already. It's gorgeous. It has white flowers. It doesn't seem that big, but yeah, it's a really old one. The reason why is because it had so many mealybugs and I lost a lot of it, but it is bouncing back and I'm super duper happy with its progress. Here's another orchid that I got last year, and as you can see, it is getting ready to bloom. It's the same color as that one in the back from the variegated orchid. This one is another new one that my mom got me a couple months back, and it does have mealybugs in there, so I have to go ahead with the rubbing alcohol Q-tip and just burn them. That's how I get rid of them. Usually getting rid of mealybugs on orchids is pretty simple. I just noticed that literally today when my mom came over because I was showing her the plants, but I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. It's still in its nursery planter that I came with, but I'll repot it down the line. Right over here we have the variegated ficus triangulus, and it is still alive, you guys. I'm very surprised because this one is a very finicky plant. My apartment, by the way, it's really humid. It's to the point that I have a dehumidifier, which does the opposite of a humidifier. It removes moisture from the air because without it, it will always be 70 or 75% humidity, which is pretty insane. So yes, but currently I like to keep it at 50% humidity. On a good day, it would usually stay like at 60% humidity. So that's how it is. And I know my ficuses are really happy with that because they love humidity. They like to stay consistently moist. And then also some really good source of light. I'll have the grow lights that I use linked down below if you want to go ahead and check it out, and any other supplies that I use. But yes, it's a beautiful ficus. And I just really love the shape of the leaves. I think it's so beautiful. And then at the very back, we have my corkscrew, which I almost killed it, you guys. I almost cried when I almost killed it, but this one really does not like to dry out at all. And I got this really cool self-watering planter from Walmart. I do want to get more of these because they're really awesome for plants that like to stay moist consistently. You just put water in the bottom like that, and then the terracotta will wick in the moisture when it needs it. But this guy has been bouncing back pretty nicely, and I am seeing a lot of new leaves coming in. But yes, it is one that does not like to dry out at all, and I think it's going to be really happy in this planter. So really cool, and I'm super happy I was able to save it because I would have lost it if I killed it. Okay, gonna go around. Wait to see the trash can. I am making some beans, so if you see some steam, I'm cooking. But over here we have this beautiful ficus chevrona, which did have some pests, but we took care of it on a plant choice video. And then over here we have this beautiful, I believe it's an epiparium. I got it online from Costa Farm. It is really beautiful. I love the variegation. Looking at it now, it does seem like it needs a good rinse on the leaves and some spray with some neem oil. Over here we have my Syngonium Wendyland, which is really, really beautiful. It has like a velvet kind of leaf. I don't know why, but I love doing that. It's like, it calms me down. I don't know why. And then at the very back in the corner, we have my Peacock Calathea, which I am still insanely shocked that it's alive and it's thriving under my care. I did end up repotting it to a 6-inch a couple months back. It came with a 4-inch, and now I think it has to go to a bigger planter, but it seems super duper happy where it's at, and I'm just so in love with it. I'm kind of surprised because this one did have spider mites. We took care of it. The little white dots you seeing is the neem oil. It kind of like got, I forgot to spray it on the moment, so I sprayed it the next day, and the neem oil basically got like clumpy. That's what it is. But I'm surprised the spider mites didn't jump to the Calathea. Since this is next to the stove top, you guys, I don't really ever hardly use the back one. It's always this one, but I always put my hands here and I make sure. This is burnt from the pest, by the way. It looks like it's burnt, but it's from the pest. They were sucking the sap from the new leaves, and I took care of it very, very late, but better late than never. It's okay. Plants are really resilient, you guys. They will always bounce back. So it's okay. It's a learning experience, okay? But yeah, so like it doesn't, I've never had any burn issues. And when I did, it was when I first did this. You learn, like I know the limits, you know? If I do have to use the back one, I would always push this really far away and it will always do a-okay. Over here, this is my alocasia corner. I cannot name all of these alocasias. I do believe this is the ninja one. Some of them are blooming just because, okay, that's a whole different video. I've done a lot of videos, you guys, but I don't know how to name some of these plants. I probably might botch their names, or I probably don't even know how to identify them. Usually I put like little sticky names on them, but I do know how to care for them, okay? And I'm into the hobby for enjoying the beautiful foliage. As you can see, I love foliage, and this alocasia just put out this beautiful new leaf. And this other one over here is also, I think it's about to put, I think it was this one that's stuck in the cabinet. It's blooming. Yeah, it's right there. See, the grow light fell off. It's kind of annoying, but I'm not gonna stress about it. And do y'all see that? Like the little, I just love the red dots on these bulbs or the flowers. But I do have some beautiful alocasias over here, and this was already like that when I got it. I got it for clearance actually, and I think this is the silver dragon or dragon scale, but it's doing really, really good. And I love these alocasias. I don't know why I decided to group them all together. I just think it looks really, really cool, and I do love to look at them and admire them, and I do spray them and rinse them every now and then just to keep spider mites at bay. Right now they're doing super duper good, and I'm just really, really happy and proud of them. But that's the kitchen. That's what I have going on. And then right over here we have the dining room. It's a small apartment, as you can see. Kitchen and then dining room. I forgot to show you guys, I just got this one. It's a beautiful philodendron, and it has this cute little blush, which I think is so adorable. I don't think it's stable, but I just thought it was really, really cute. And I do like the leaves and I like the red in the center, and I got it for $13.98. This video is gonna go live tomorrow if I post this houseplant tour today. But really, really cute. I have it right there just to admire it when I'm washing dishes. But over here we have this awesome Anthurium Super Bomb doing amazing. We have this one, which I think is called, it's a Monstera, and I believe it's like Lechera, but it has the most beautiful foliage. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear the AC Central. I live in Texas, y'all. It is hot, okay? I'm not gonna turn off the AC, but it shouldn't really be that loud. The microphone should be able to handle it. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful foliage. So stunning. I do have this propagating because I want to give one to my mom, and I also want to go ahead and have one just for plant insurance, just to make sure I have a backup. Here's my other ficus. You're gonna see that I'm really in my tree era in the moment. I just love ficuses. fiddles and figs. They're just so beautiful and they really do give off that jungle vibe in your home. We have this El Choco philodendron, I believe. Yeah, El Choco red. I have it on a moss pole. It's not really, I don't know if it's gonna stick, but even then I kind of like the vibe that it's giving off, and it does have a nice velvet look on its leaves. It's super duper beautiful. And this is, you can even see that it's getting green, the sphagnum moss. That's pretty cool. I use this to water them. I just put water in this and then I poke it down and then it hydrates the moss. Over here we have my Burley Marks Flame, the little finish. Alrighty, my apologies, but this is the Burley Marks Flame. I did put a moss pole and it is starting to stick to the moss pole. The only thing is its new leaf did not give me fenestration, and this newest leaf just unfurled. I know you're not supposed to do this, but since we're already filming and I want to see. Hi, boo. I don't think this is gonna have a fenestration. I'm kind of sad about it, to be honest, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna admire this cute leaf and I'll figure it out down the line. And then at the very back we have, again, this one has like the neem oil, the little balls, they got stuck together, but it's my Calathea obrifolia. Over here we have this awesome summer glory philodendron. It has a new leaf coming in, obsessed. And then we have this anthurium. We have this awesome Dieffenbachia. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna bloom or if it's a new leaf. Okay, it's a flower. Okay, so that's cool that it's happy. I also have the same grow lights. You guys can see I put grow lights right there so I can put plants at the bottom. And then over here we have my variegated, it's called a domino pisoli. I got it from Plantarina years back as a 4-inch, and now it's this massive plant. And then over here we have my Calathea, Senanti Gray Star, which did have spider mites, but I'm checking the leaves right now and it's releasing some sap. So I don't think those are scale. I think it's, yeah, now you can see like it dried up. It's just releasing like a sap. It's like stressed out. I do underwater this one. It could be that. It's also on a really small planter. I got it on I got it as a 4-inch and it really grew very fast. I put it on a 6-inch and now it wants to get on something bigger. So I'm probably gonna put it on a 6-inch to something like this. Like I think this is like a 9-inch, not like an 8-inch. But yes. And then over here we have this beautiful Aglaonema Ghost. I love how just faded this plant is. It's just so beautiful. And then over here I have this awesome looking Dracaena. I love my little coin plants. I think it's super duper cute. I got it from HEB. I do love the variegation, so I'm just super duper happy that these plants are doing pretty good. And then in the living room, I don't have that many plants, just these. So over here we have my massive Chinese evergreen Silver Bay, super gorge. And then my Dracaena, which you can kind of see is already thirsty. I always underwater my Dracaenas because I've killed them a couple years back with overwatering. They get overwatered pretty fast with me. I don't know how, but it isn't a terracotta, so just making sure it stays happy. And then over here we have a Raindrop Peperonia. We have my Neon Pothos. Gorgeous. We got this one as a clearance plant and it just grew really nicely. We have my Hoya. Look at that. It's new leaves. That's a Hoya Crimson Queen. And then we have this one. It's a propagation that I did. It's the Champs, Pothos Champs. And then over here we have they call it Golden Mosaic, but I call it the Never Never plant. But yeah, it's a Senanti or Calathea, I think. Super duper cool. And then over here we have my spring cactus, I believe, or I'm gonna just call it holiday cactus. It is blooming. You can see its new flower right there, so I'm super duper happy about that. It has more buds on this side. Cute. And then over here we have this really sad philodendron. I'm gonna probably have to chop it and propagate it and reset with it, to be honest. Then we have this Neon Pothos that is just chilling right there. Funny thing is, I got this one on clearance the same time I got this one, but this one just grew better. So I guess I was really happy in that spot. Over here is my massive Monstera siltepecana. This is some other plants. You're gonna see a lot of this in the balcony, and I have given a lot of 6-inch already ready from propagations Monstera siltepecanas that I propagated. This one with the silver blue is one of the easiest plants to propagate. I really do think that like it's just really easy to propagate, and it grows really fast. But yeah, it's just chilling right there. We're gonna do the balcony at the end once it cools down because it is really hot. Look at my little mango. Oh my goodness. Now the planter room. This is gonna be a long one, but let's go ahead and do it. So here we have a peperonia. I love its variegated leaves. I think it's so beautiful. Here is a snowdrift snowdrift philodendron. Love the variegation on this one as well. And then here is my snake plant, which was blooming. Here is an aglonema. My well-fed sansevieria. This is a lemon meringue pothos. Here is a velvet syngonium. Really nice and velvety. I have these grow lights also linked up below for y'all. These are scented grow lights. They're pretty good. They're just really strong. Like really strong. Like if you have succulents or cactuses, this is really good for them because this one, they're bright. They're really bright. And they're also really hot, so no touchy. Here is my Mandula pothos, which I know it has a few mealybugs. Mealybugs love philodendrons because they have so many crevices and places they can get in. But regardless, it is doing super duper good. I know there's a lot of people that love Mandulas. So here is for the Mandula lovers. There is a fun begonia right there as well. I think it's called an angel wing begonia. Down over here, we have a silver streak, I believe, Spectalium, aka Pistoli. It was going downhill, but I think it's doing a lot better because a lot of its new leaves look really good. The old ones look sad. I think this is from the oil diffuser, but it could be a lot of different things too. It's an old leaf and it was going downhill before I placed this here, but I didn't know what was going on with it, and then I moved it to a better spot and it seems a lot happier over here. So I think pretty soon I will cut off the flowers and I'll also cut off the old leaves and it should start looking a lot better. Here is this begonia. Y'all, this was a 4-inch little begonia and now it's on a 6-inch. Look how big this baby is. I love the maroon. It glows super duper beautiful, and I was also in my little begonia phase. I still really do love begonias, but right now I'm just trying to like take care of the ones that I already have and make them as happy as I can keep them. So really happy with this baby. I just love how big it is and how much it has grown. I'm super duper happy. And then here is another awesome begonia. Here is my Trisa Stromanti that we got for clearance. I don't know why it's curling its leaves. When I got it, it was already doing that. It has already been sprayed, it's been checked, it doesn't have any pests. So I'm just letting it acclimate, but beautiful foliage. Here is my Nanook Tridescantii. This is what I use, you guys, for fungus gnats. It's pretty good. You make it into a tea. And then over here we have my Alboproparium, which this is the mother, but you're gonna see I made some propagations out of it for the balcony. And they got super big. It's a lot bigger than the mother plants, but I also love how it fenestrates really easily. An awesome Epiparium. It's beautiful, it really is. And this, I got it as like a little tiny baby. I know Costa Farm sells it, but I got it from a nursery. And after chopping it so many times, it's just branched out really nicely. And I chopped it even more, you can already see. Also, my plants, you guys, they're shiny because I use neem oil. I use it as a preventative, but I also use it to give the plants a really beautiful shine. Here is a cactus. I do have some scattered around. Okay, right at the bottom we have this awesome raven, which it's already touching the grill. I'm gonna probably have to move this somewhere else, but I'm really, really proud of this plant. It looks stunning. And then these are all propagations. This is a silvery and scindapsus. I love this oil diffuser, and not sponsored, you guys. It smells really, really good. I'm using this right now. It smells very minty. And then we have this one. It's a Try to Scan Different Proven Winners. The mother plant died, but I made plant insurance, as you can see. So I have a backup. And it is called, they're calling it Feeling Flirty. And then I also propagated my string of turtles. You guys are gonna see how big the mother plant is, but this is a little baby. And then here's also a silver splash that I propagated. Only one rooted successfully. Then we have a pepperoni in the back, my beautiful Brazil right there, and then my lemon lime philodendron. So people call it neon, but there's a neon pothos, but that's a teardrop. The lemon lime philodendron has a heart-shaped leaf. Philodendrons have a heart shape, right? And the pothos have a teardrop. So right next over here we have my Marble Queen pothos, which is already thirsty, as you can see. I believe this is the White Knight. I don't think it's a wizard. It could be the wizard or the White Knight. Or is it the princess? I think it's a princess because it has a green stem. It has white stripes and it also has some pink. It looks pink. So it could be the princess. Yeah, it looks very pink. And another princess has pink stripes. Okay, so over here we have a peace lily. I could be wrong though. Here's a peace lily. I got it as a variegated sensation as a little baby, but it looks a lot like a Jessica peace lily. So I'm not quite sure. Here is my burrito's tail. I think it's called the striped begonia. And then here is my massive string of turtles, which you can kind of see the little flowers. They look like rat tails. Here is a Biliateer, a Sansevieria, Staghorn Fern, which has meles, no surprise, a Syngonium that reverted. It wasn't all about Syngonium. Here is my variegated Tiger Fern, which is very thirsty, you can see. It has been doing really, really good for me, and I'm actually gonna water it right now. I told myself I was gonna water it because my mom came over and I was, like I said, I was giving her a plant tour. My Tiger Fern, you guys, has been doing super duper good with me. It has done amazing. It has grown from a little tiny plug to this massive, beautiful plant. It has gone through some droughts. I feel like it's a very hard enough plant. So I think it's gonna be okay. It is kind of dry. It is 40% humidity. I was running the humidifier because I was mopping, but it should be fine. I mean, even then, it's just faded. That's how I know it's a little bit thirsty, but it has so many new leaves, which is crazy. Over here is a Silver Cloud philodendron, and it just put out its newest leaf. Look at this. Gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And then here's a cute little Tridescantii. Okay, over here we have a Peperonia, Begonia, some variety of a fern. Oh, I just touched the grill light. See, it's really, really hot. And then Thurium, which just gave us a new leaf. Oh my goodness. Here is an Anthurium veggii. Here is another Anthurium. We have a variegated Hoya compacta. We have this Hoya, which it was only 2 leaves when I bought it. And it is a Hoya, okay, I can't pronounce it, but there it is. But look how much it has grown from 2 little leaves. It already ran out, the water. Super duper happy. And then I also have this Scandapsis. I got it, it was labeled as a white monster. I'm guessing because of that, but yeah, pretty interesting. And then of course that gorgeous begonia at the very, very back, just like how glittery it looks. Here's my zebra plant. Also was thirsty, but I just finished watering it. And this is a very dramatic plant, but she bounces back pretty easily. Then we have a Mandula, another Anthurium, really, really fun Scandapsis. Look at that. Gorgeous. And then we have some Syngoniums, if I can get into these vines. Look at this, you guys. This is a Mojito. I love this Syngonium. Like, it's one of my favorite Syngoniums, honestly. I don't know why, I just like how it looks. And then I have I think it's called a 3 Kings Syngonium. And then this Hoya that I got, which hasn't really done much. And then we have a Sunrise Philodendron. And that's basically on that. And then I guess at the top we have this Begonia, which is pretty big. We have my Jesena, which is thirsty. See, I told you, there's gonna be some plants that need some care. It's just every day. There's always something that's getting thirsty. Here is a Champs. You can tell by the back of the leaves, and Minibugs love this plant. So I'm with the battle with this one, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Okay, so here's a Seba Blue. Calathea that's thirsty. Marble Queen Potos. And then we have a String of Hearts, Snake Plants, Scandapsis, String of Hooks, String of Pearls, a Thirsty Begonia, and a Syngonium that's going through something. It's at the very corner, so I hardly ever look for it, like take care of it. Probably gonna have to move it because I don't think it's a smart place. Maybe I should put the snake plant in the very back over there, and that Syngonium will be here so it's easier access for me. And then really thirsty Calathea, like I said, you guys. Some plants look amazing and some are just not. That's just the reality. It's a realistic houseplant tour. I'm sorry. Here's a Hoya, a Marble Queen Potos that I propagated. Variegated Hoya DS70 right there. That looks like little pebbles. This is another Hoya. Here's my Silver Bands Maranta that we ended up repotting on a video. I love how it like puts out these new leaves. They're like purple. It's gorgeous. It has been blooming for me as well, and you can see some flowers right there. A Syngonium Panda. That girl like keeps falling off and is really getting on my last nerve. But here is a variegated String of Pearls, a Anthurium, that one, green Hoya compacta, Marble Queen, no, Marble Neon, Pearls and Jade Potos, this really, really pretty plant that has been smushed, a Princess at the very, very back over there. And then here is my Technostellation. Ooh, it's getting ready to put a new leaf, and I got a vacuum right there. But gorgeous. Here's my ficus and my other ficuses. This Aglonema, which I know it has a name. I always forget it, but oh, there it is. Spatonema, Aglonema, a variegated Aloha of some variety. My variegated Ring of Fire, which is doing really good, but it has many bugs, so we gotta take care of that. And then I have an Epiparium right there, my Bonnie spider plants, Curly. This plant, I can tell when it's thirsty because it gets kind of pale, so she's thirsty. My Fernando's Fire as well. Some people might be saying, David, why didn't you just water your plants today beforehand? I did, but a lot of them did not look like that, or like that, or like that. There are just some plants that are really dramatic that after a few hours, they look really good and then like that. So yes, and I'm not gonna go to each and every single one with a moisture meter because, girl, everything does a-okay. A lot of the time, it just needs some water and they perk back up. Really, really nice, okay? And I will always prefer to be an underwaterer because it helps a lot. I cannot fix when a plant gets root rot. It gets messy, it smells really bad, and it's just not it. Compared to a plant that's underwatered, if anything, you'll lose some leaves, but it's an easy fix, especially if you're a person that likes to propagate plants, which you're gonna see I propagate a lot of plants. It's really easy to fill them in back in again and make it times 2. So thus, everybody chooses their own route. This is my route, okay? Here is an Aglaonema Selby. We did got it for clearance a while back, but it looks amazing. It's doing so good. Here is my Beauty Kim Maranta. She's gotten huge, like huge. It's also blooming. Here is my Zanzi. Has a new leaf coming in, look at that. And then my Swiss cheese, also known as Arisonii. And then over here is a kind of fun part. So this is my Gabby. I propagated a lot of this one. This is the mother plants, but she's doing a-okay now. And then this is my green heartleaf philodendron that I got as a tissue culture as a little baby, but it's starting to grow really, really nice. This was a gift. They gave you like a free plant when you order that a specific amount, and like they gave me this one. I still don't know exactly what it is, so y'all let me know what y'all think, but it's gorgeous. Here is a Scindapsus. I think it's called Scindapsus Mayari. It grows really funky. It's pretty every now and then, but is it gonna focus? Doesn't want to focus on that part, and it's okay. Here is my Pink Lady Peperonia. Such a just beautiful peperonia. The pink is just so pretty. And then here is my variegated anthurium. Got this little guy. My boyfriend got it for me from work. Super duper cute. This is from the Domino Pisili. I just broke it off and I propagated it, so now I have a little baby. And then this is, it looks like a Brazil philodendron, but it's a carnival. The way you can tell the difference is because the variegation is in the middle, like the green, the dark green, it's in the middle. As the Brazil has light in the middle. It's a very small detail, but it's an actual thing. And this is from propagations. I do have the mother plants outside of the balcony. So I'm really, really happy that I have a clone. It's really pretty. It's very like variegated. You know, like look at that. I love the Brazil, you guys, but this is another cool one to have in your collection. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Here is an anthurium. Another anthurium. Here's, I think it's called the Albo Scindapsus. I got it from Etsy. They be calling them different names, so it doesn't help that a person like me doesn't know how to pronounce names correctly. So, but it's a really, really pretty Scindapsus. I like its leaves. Here's a starfish sansevieria, silver cloud Scindapsus, I believe. Another anthurium. It's a flapjack, but it came with that one as well. I bought the little terracottas from Walmart, but My boyfriend got these from Amazon, the little babies. He works at Amazon, they give out free plants and they give him like little tiny succulents. Here is Florida Ghost, which just put out this full leaf, which is crazy. Pretty fun. Here's my, oh, at the very top we have my pearls and jade pothos and a really fun sansevieria. Here is my bird's nest fern, aglaonema, dracaena that I did with propagations. And the first month of the year, so I can never pronounce it correctly, and it's my birth year, so it's always embarrassing, but January. That's when I propagated this one. I got the best leaves. You can kind of see her still from the mother plant. She's thirsty. But, and I placed them in a 4-inch, oh no, 6-inch. And yeah, now I have a really good, some of the vines reverted like this one, but I love how it looks still. Kind of like contrast it, you know, it just complements it pretty well. Here is my coffee plant. My mom is always asking about this plant, how it's doing. So it's pretty fun to have. Here's my albo. Well, it's almost an albo, but it was supposed to be as a white tiger. The thing is, I don't think it likes this spot. I'm probably gonna move it somewhere else because it is not doing that good over here. Here's this beautiful ficus, and it actually, you can kind of see where it gets a lot of light and where it doesn't. This is where the light hits it. Look at that. And of course it has mealybugs. This part does not get a lot of light. Do you see the difference, how bushy this side looks compared to this one? So we're gonna rotate it just like that. Oh, that's beautiful. I love a good ficus, you guys, I really do. Here is my ficus burgundy, my fiddle leaf fig, which hasn't been giving me new leaves since I moved it, so I'm kind of sad. Here's my ficus, which they're calling it Amstel King. Here's a Chinese evergreen silver bay. Polka dots begonia, also known as begonia maculata. And it was blooming, but I think it's already gonna finish. I've had plants, you guys, for so many years, but I've never had this many plants bloom for me, which is pretty crazy. Okay. Here is the philodendron, holy crap, Tardium? It's with a T. And the first time I bought it, it died on me because I got it. I thought I could save it, but I didn't. I lost it. And then I got this one, and it's doing a lot better. So I'm really, really happy. Here's this insane Hoya. It's one of them. This Hoya does really, really good for me. It's beautiful. I like the little freckles it has. Here's a neon pothos, and then this begonia. Which you probably won't believe me, but if you're an OG, you know. This is the mother plant. You can see the stem, the long, long stem. That's the mother plant from that. Yeah, and I'll let you guys don't believe me, but the OGs do know. Here's a Mandula. Another Anthurium. They call it Starlight or Stardust Hamalinea, but when I got it, it was not so variegated and it put out a new leaf and it doesn't look that variegated, so kind of sad about that. I'm not quite sure what this one's called, but I got it at the flea market and I just love the color. But it came with this one, and it has like a lot. They always fall off, but it always pushes out a lot of them. Little babies. I think it's called a mother of 1,000 or something like that. Here is a PPP, Pink Princess Philodendron, and I did chop it because I wanted it to get nice and bushy, along with the mealybugs. Oh my goodness, we're gonna call this channel Mealybugs, but yeah, it's branching out pretty nicely. And this peperonia, we have another fun peperoni over here with a lot of flowers. So it's happy. A lot of rat tails. A lot of rat tails. We have this pothos. You can see the mold a little bit. That's from the mosquito bits. That's why people don't sprinkle it on top of their plants, but I do because I don't mind it. But I'm gonna probably have to scrape it off. That's getting pretty bad. Here's another Dracaena that I propagated. I love Dracaenas. This really, really cute got this plant from Walmart. My mom gave me the mother plants, but it died and it put out a lot of little babies. So I think it's like a variety of a bromeliad. Super duper cute. Then we have an ant plant. Then we have these Hoyas that I got as 2 leaves. You can kind of see how long it's gotten. So super duper happy with that. But here's the names. And then we have a begonia, a Hoya princess. Another beautiful variety of a Hoya. Look at that. My variegated peperonia. Another peperonia. Lots of flowers. And then we have this one. I believe it's... I have both because I got one from Gabby. Gabriella's plants. This is a sad one. This is... I knew it was not going to make it. It was supposed to be variegated Arizonia, but I just kept putting out white after white after white. And people tell me, why don't you just chop it back? I got it as a leaf cutting. This was propagated. I bought it as a cutting of a leaf, and it was basically all variegated. And I just kept putting out variegation, so it's already gone. But I do have both of the Rio and the Silver Stripe. I just can't tell them apart. But I believe, and I also have the Cream Splash as well. So, yeah, but even then, I love how full it looks. And lush, how it looks. It looks really, really nice. We have an Aglaonema right there as well. It's blooming. And then here is my Red Maranta. I think I already finished blooming, but it has a lot of new straws. They're new leaves, but I like to call them straws. I think it's pretty fun. Here's my Crocodile Bird's Nest Fern. I forgot to show you my variegated string of hearts. I got this as a tiny little baby. Here is a Silver Blue that I propagated. My goodness. And then my Black Pagoda lipstick plant. But I think that's basically the entire plant room. I can't believe we got with everything. Yes, after this clip, so I'm gonna go ahead and water some plants right now because that's bothering me. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get some rubbing alcohol and some Q-tips and burn those belly bugs because ew. But everything still looks really, really good. I'm so proud of all these plants. I forgot to mention, like across that, I have some Silver Blue that I've also propagated, and my Golden Potos. Alrighty, so now we're gonna do the balcony. Over here we have this really fun Hoya. The windows are dirty because this is where I spray neem oil and I'm not gonna clean it every single time. But I do love how this Hoya is starting to branch out. We have the Tradescantii, a variegated Syngonium, which is super cute. And then we have some propagations that I've done. Monstera Susbacana, Neon Potos, more Monstera Susbacana. My sun, Sun Sunrise. I thought it was already gonna go ahead and become into almost a golden goddess, but no. Still has this beautiful variegation. Lola's plants a lot. Silver Blues, again, Monstera Susbacanas. Micans that I propagated. Cuprii, I believe. Mini Monstera. This is a massive plant that I've made of the carnival. Not Brazil, just Philodendron carnival. Hoyas that I've propagated. I think it's a Cream Splash. Silver Splash Scandapsis. This is a Gabby that I propagated as well and it's done super duper good. Might give this to my mom possibly. And then Jacenas, Limelight, Maranta, Light Vein, sorry. Some Potos, Silver Blues, my massive dwarfed banana tree, some cactuses, variegated aloe vera, more cactuses, Silver Blue propagations are already rooted. Basically everything's already rooted. Dwarfed banana tree baby, pearls and jade potos, my avocado, some ficuses cuttings, Godzilla Syngonium, And then we have Limerang Potos, Brazil, Cebu Blue, Brandy. This is the mother plant of the carnival, and as you can see, she is doing really good. I just noticed the quality was so bad. I'm so sorry, but this is how it looks. Look at that leaf. Awesome. A Hoya Splash, I believe. It's just loving it outside. A Potos that I propagated, it was doing this, and I was trying to see if it was, you know, become stable, but no, it's still acting weird, as you can see. I mean, I only saw this happening, and then we see this over here, but I don't really think it's stable. And then we have this other cute little philodendron, Cebu Blue, Mostaza Bacana. Here is the Albopiparium that I was telling y'all. Right over here we have the Jasena. Here is a Mandula. Oh my goodness, it's huge. And then here's a Golden Potos. This one has done really nice outside. Look at these. Oh my god, look at this. Some might say it's a Hawaiian this and that, but no, it was literally just a Golden Potos, but it's getting so much light, bright and direct light, and the warmth that is making these the most beautiful leaves. Look at that. And of course the Micans. Here's more neon potos, marble crane potos that I propagated. This was a albo syngonium, but it reverted to just a green syngonium. Hoya, another beautiful variegated Hoya Splash. Look at that. And then Silver Splash Scandapsis, another beautiful philodendron. Look at this. I like how these wall planters are doing super duper good over here. This looks gorgeous. This is my marble neon. And then my Mandula. And then another beautiful, I think this is a Rio. Very nice big old leaves. Just crazy. And then a Golden Potos that I propagated at the very top, just to fill it up. And then the table. So I am gonna, these were propagations, but I'm gonna put them together in one planter. This will go together on a 6-inch. This is a striped begonia that I did by cuttings. And then here are some brandies that I'm gonna put in this planter. Cebu Blue, more Shangri-La, I believe. My variegated, well-fenced Sansevieria. Cactus, more cactuses, my blue candle cactus. My mango, look, it just put out a new leaf. This is how it does it. They put out these beautiful red, long leaves, and then they harden up to this beautiful green. Begonia. Monstera Peru. Here is the Rhapodoma Perma that I chopped because it was reverting, and then it put out multiple shoots. Super duper hyped about that. Here is Lemon Top Potos, Masarasa Bacana, Cebu Blue, Shangri-La, and then variegated Burley Marks. And then I got this one from Green Escape, and this was supposed to be a cream splash, I believe, but it is not doing any of that, so that's interesting. And then over here is the what's a dead leaf? I think it's the, it was supposed to be as a mint, but it's not a mint. I think it's just a white monstera. And as you can see, it has a new leaf coming in. I'm super duper hyped. The white is starting to melt. That's what happens. I'm so sad, but it is what it is. But that's basically what's going on in the balcony. And of course, today I got some plants in here, but I've done a lot of videos about this, so I'm not gonna do it again. But Yeah. I forgot to do the outro as I'm editing the video, but that is basically it. Thank you so much for watching. Sending positive vibes to each and every single one of you guys. And tomorrow is going to be a fun, really exciting plant shopping video. And then the following day, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys a really exciting unboxing. I got some amazing houseplants on Etsy. Some things didn't went as one of the plants got canceled, but it's a-okay because the rest look super duper beautiful and gorgeous. But yeah, I'm super excited for these next uploads. And again, thank you so much for watching. Sending positive vibes to each and every single one of y'all, and hopefully I can see you in the next one. Bye.